So when I first saw this, I thought to myself, there's no way this is real. This has to be a joke. This cannot be real. This cannot be ESPN's WNBA rookie ranking.
It really shows how much the ESPN pundits know about WNBA. Throughout the season, the disrespect on Caitlin Clark was crazy. But this is just a disgrace.
At that point, some of us felt like maybe she hadn't proved it in the WNBA, but at this point, she certainly has.
The ESPN have always had something against Caitlin Clark. Whenever Stephen A. Smith tried to defend Caitlin, pundits would always come back saying something that would degrade Caitlin.
I know she will do her best. I know she's talented, but she's not strong enough and she doesn't have enough experience right now to compete at this level.
That was another analyst saying that Caitlin wouldn't be strong enough for the WNBA. What a load of nonsense. She displayed 2 triple-double games, something that has never been done before.
This is just funky looking. Why are they always talking about Caitlin Clark? Well, when you do dumb things like this to downplay her and she shows off on the court, yeah, we're gonna bring shit back up. So y'all can do your jobs and speak.
Angel is entitled to believing in herself, but how can she still think she's better than Caitlin Clark? The argument was over months ago, yet still ESPN can't fathom Caitlin being the best and will try any little thing to degrade her.
That's exactly what I'm saying, because I think it makes a mockery of the women's game. If the focus on, now we just have to have people because of marketing and their attention, and they're not as talented, and we're not putting the best team out there.
Molly Crum earlier in the season stating that Caitlin brings buzz to crowds, but offers no talent on the floor. Yet somehow, someway, these people are hired by ESPN and get to talk about the WNBA. Caitlin has changed the league for the better. Just take a look at this.
Caitlin Clark really came into the league and they changed the playoff format immediately. That's right.
The WNBA are now scrapping the old playoff format, allowing more games because they see the increase in popularity Caitlin has brought.
Caitlin Clark really came into this league and the finals got switched from 5 games to 7 games, motion from 22.
Yet this year the Fever wasn't allowed a home game. Interesting. Unexpected and shocking moment for many in the world of basketball. When ESPN released its rookie rankings for the WNBA, this was not just an underestimation. It was a clear display of ESPN's misjudgment and lack of understanding of the WNBA landscape. As Caitlin Clark played through her rookie year, she didn't just meet expectations, she shattered them. Her dominance, influence, and undeniable impact on the WNBA left ESPN looking completely out of touch by the end of the year. Not only had she completely redefined how a rookie could change the league, but she also secured the prestigious Rookie of the Year award.
But then I was like, this is ESPN, and they are owned by Disney. And I was like, okay, maybe this stupidity makes a little bit more sense. But then I was like, okay, maybe there's like a stat or stats that I'm missing. Right? That maybe I'm overlooking something as to why Angel Reese is better than Caitlin Clark this season.
So, how did ESPN get it so wrong? How did one of the most well-known sports networks in the world fail to see what so many others already knew? When ESPN first released their rookie rankings for the WNBA, the decision to place Caitlin Clark in the 6th spot was met with widespread confusion and disappointment. Many who followed her college career were left wondering how such a dominant and talented player could be ranked so low. Clark had already established herself as a basketball phenom, known for her incredible shooting range, court vision, and the ability to carry her team through challenging games. The fact that ESPN ranked her 6th while placing Angel Reese in the 2nd spot added fuel to the controversy.
The response of folks that don't think she is praised enough and she is above reproach in terms of criticism, or that praising another player is an affront to her, is like, whoa, bro. Like, also, like, you're in my mentions talking about women's basketball? I've never ever seen you before in my life. Like,
Angel Reese, no doubt, is an exceptional player, but the stark difference in their rankings raised eyebrows. Reese's ranking above Clark prompted debates about whether ESPN truly understood the unique talents each player brought to the table. To many, this ranking seemed like an insult to Caitlin's abilities. It reflected a broader issue within the sports media, a lack of attention and respect for the intricacies of the WNBA and its emerging stars. Ranking Clark so low ESPN inadvertently set the stage for one of the most glaring miscalculations in WNBA history, and as we have seen, Caitlin Clark wasted no time in proving them wrong.
To me, Angel may have exceeded expectations even more so than Caitlin.
Game after game, Clark consistently outperformed her competition, shattering records and becoming the face of the WNBA's new era, whether it was dropping three-pointers from seemingly impossible distances or making game-changing assists. Clark proved herself as not just a top rookie, but one of the best players in the entire league.
ESPN has Angel Reese above Caitlin Clark in the rookie rankings.
Perhaps the most significant part of Caitlin's season wasn't just her ability to perform at a high level, it was the way she did it. Clark didn't just play the game, she changed the game. Her leadership on and off the court also made her a key figure in shaping the WNBA's culture and bringing new fans to the league. ESPN's ranking of Clark as the sixth best rookie now seemed absurd in the face of her consistent, record-breaking performances.
Cheryl swoops all y'all other haters out there, and I'm gonna call you out, man. Because it's blatantly obvious why you're hating on the young lady.
While Caitlin Clark was taking the WNBA by storm, not everyone in the media was willing to acknowledge the challenges she faced. Molly Karam and Monica McNutt, two prominent figures in sports media, publicly stated that the league wasn't targeting Clark and denied the notion that she was being unfairly treated. However, as the season progressed, Caitlin Clark was being targeted more so than any other player in the league. The stats don't lie. Caitlin was fouled more often than any other rookie, and in many games it was evident that she was being singled out by opposing teams and referees alike. Clark's aggressive style of play combined with her ability to dominate games made her a focal point for defensive strategies. Teams knew they had to stop Clark if they wanted any chance of winning, and this often resulted in harsh fouling tactics designed to disrupt her flow. It became increasingly clear that
the league versus Caitlin Clark, and that is just absolutely false. It is unfair to the women that have been there building this league to this moment so that Caitlin Clark's popularity could take it to the next level.
Caitlin's resilience in the face of this treatment became another testament to her greatness. She continued to deliver incredible performances despite the constant fouling and physical play aimed at stopping her. The disconnect between Karam and McNutt's commentary and the reality of Clark's treatment exposed a deeper issue. Media personalities were not fully in tune with what was happening in the WNBA.
All I gotta say is she's lucky this UConn team isn't healthy. And that's a true statement.
That's not. That's wrong, Molly.
Monica,
that's wrong, Molly. Molly,
like
it's
five
excuses.
top players,
It's excuses,
am I right?
Molly. It's excuses.
Major injuries.
You would not be saying that if it wasn't UConn.
Major stars not playing.
Listen,
Excuse me. Go.
It's her against Caitlin Clark.
Stephen A.
Ain't no excuses.
Stephen
You
A.
got there.
Wait a
No,
minute.
want to hear that now.
Stephen A.
Let me tell you, if
Paige
Georgetown
Becker-
get back in the mix, I'm going to be insufferable. I'm just telling you that now.
What?
If Paige Beckers didn't basically miss 2 seasons, I don't know if we'd be talking
Come
about
on now.
Caitlin Clark the way we are now.
Their refusal to acknowledge Clark's targeting only added to the perception that ESPN and its commentators were out of touch with the league. If the denial of Caitlin Clark's targeting wasn't enough, Molly Karam made another problematic statement during the season, claiming that Caitlin's value to the WNBA was solely based on the viewership she brought. According to Karam, Clark was good for the league because she drew in large audiences, but her actual skill level was not the main reason for her popularity. This statement was not only dismissive, but also completely inaccurate.
Molly, I said.
Really, Molly?
Wow. They jumped on us.
Caitlin Clark's contributions to the WNBA were far greater than just boosting viewership. While it's true that her presence brought more fans to the games and increased media attention, her on-court performance was the real reason she became a household name. Game after game, Clark delivered stellar performances, leading her team and showcasing an elite level of basketball that could not be ignored. While Molly Karam's comments downplayed Caitlin Clark's on-court abilities, there was no denying that Clark's influence extended far beyond her performance. Caitlin Clark became a media sensation, and the viewership numbers were the proof. The WNBA saw an unprecedented rise in viewership, largely due to the excitement surrounding Clark's rookie season.
There is a Caitlin Clark effect on all of basketball, and especially on women's basketball ratings. Kudos to her. She has elevated an entire sport in viewership.
Fans who had never paid attention to the WNBA before were now tuning in, eager to watch Clark play. Her electrifying style of basketball captured the attention of sports fans everywhere, making her the focal point of the league's media coverage. Game after game, Caitlin Clark broke viewership records, drawing in massive audiences that hadn't been seen in the WNBA before. Whether it was her deep three-pointers, game-winning shots, or clutch performances, fans wanted to witness history in the making. That Clark's games became must-watch events, and her presence brought a new level of excitement to the league.
But they don't want it to grow if it's certain people at the face. And there is still this undertone of jealousy that for some reason I cannot get around calling it anything else but that, because I don't know what else it could be. I thought it was going to get better this season, but it hasn't. There are still people who seemingly, to me, feel like they just don't want Caitlin to be a part of it.
Clark's presence opened doors for the WNBA, attracting new fans and creating buzz that helped elevate the entire league. ESPN's initial dismissal of her contributions now seemed even more misguided, as Clark proved that she wasn't just a player who brought in viewers, she was a player who elevated the entire league. One of the most significant examples of Caitlin Clark's influence on the WNBA came when the league made a historic change to its playoff format. Due to the increased attention and excitement surrounding the WNBA, much of which was driven by Clark's presence, the league decided to extend the finals from a 5-game series to a 7-game series. This decision was a direct reflection of the growing popularity and demand for more WNBA content, and it was a testament to the transformative impact that Clark had on the league.
And to act like there isn't or hasn't been legitimate resentment emanating from those who are pioneers. Nobody's fooled here. You got pundits who used to play in the WNBA, some of them who didn't, and who were speaking on behalf of those who didn't want to create that kind of noise themselves because of the negative impact. We talk about it when the men do it. If we detect jealousy, if we detect envy, if we detect resentment, and it's amongst the fellas, we put it out there. Shit, we act like it's the latest episode of General Hospital. But when the ladies are feeling that way about another young lady like Caitlin Clark, and people like myself and Shay Shay call it out, suddenly it's a problem.
The WNBA had long operated with a 5-game final series, but with the rise of new stars like Caitlin Clark and the increased attention on women's basketball, the league saw an opportunity to expand its reach. The decision to move to a 7-game series was not just about more games.